Good morning. Hello, gang. It's Friday the 7th of August 2020. A very good morning to you and welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire, gang. It's funny, you have sort of a little show set out in your mind and in the last 10 seconds something comes along and changes what you were going to do, and I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased to see that we now have one of the trans chicken members of the community, boys and girls, joining us this morning for the first time. I'm very pleased to see this. Rachel, it would appear, is thinking that there is something very, very strange and mysterious going on at her house. Very, very strange and mysterious, because Rachel has already I do flick through your messages. I do see if there's anything of interest to there, and this is of great interest to the whole community here on United Kingdom Talk, the whole transgender community and anyone else, and especially left-wing people, hard left-wing people. Oh well, let's go and do a protest about something this week. Is this light a bit bright still? I was just having a little look yesterday. I thought that might be a little bit too bright. Is that light too bright? Is Martin watching? Can you tell me if that's still a bit too bright, Martin? I'll leave it to Martin, otherwise we get all sorts of different comments on that. Yes, Rachel says it's strange and mysterious. Our chicken, who is female because she lays eggs, has suddenly started making a noise like a cockerel. First thing in the morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo! 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 Do you know, I think that might be one of my best ever animal impersonations. And you've heard me do some. You've heard the seagulls and all sorts, the dolphins, everything. That one, I'm not quite sure what animal that is, but the cockerel, I think that must. I'm very good with cocks. I really am. Listen, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. I think we could have possibly an entire show in the language of a cock. What do you think? Would that work? I mean, would people understand, or do you need the subtitles underneath? Like, cock-a-doodle, cock-a-doodle-doo, 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 oh, cock-a-doodle-doo. Peter Wright, cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo-doo-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Peter Wright. Cock-a-doodle-doo. A cock-a-doodle-doo. A cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Ooh, cock-a-doodle-doo-doo-doo. Go-go-go-go. Oh. I was there talking. Could you tell what I was talking about there? That last comment I made. Let's do it again. If you weren't paying full attention, see if you were doing it. Cock-a-doodle, 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 oh, cock-a-doodle. What was I talking about in that last comment? So that's excellent news. I mean, Rachel has definitely got a transgender chicken. A trans chicken, as Joe Woodruff points out this morning. This is great, I think. This is great. You may need some assistance with that. We do have an expert on this channel on animal welfare in the form of Denise Andrews. So if you want any help at all, I think she does transgender chickens. I'm not quite sure. But if you ask her, she will be only too pleased to assist you. That's what it's all about on this channel. Helping other people, boys and girls. A scout helps other people before himself and keeps the Cub Scout law. They are. I've remembered it all those years. Well, a very good morning to you on what will be the hottest day of the year, boys and girls. Correct, Rachel. We were talking about the hot weather. You see, she speaks cock. I love speaking cock as well. I'm going to do it. Cock-a-doodle-doo. No, I won't overdo it because there will be, Rachel, it has to be said. There will be people on this channel who are that thick they can't understand cock. I'm sorry, there will be people on this channel. They only understand English and not Cockrell, or I can do sheep. I can have an entire conversation in sheep language if you want me to. You know, so that's it. Anyway, it is going to be the hottest day of the year, apparently, this morning. Certainly down south. It won't be so bad up here. We're looking up here at about 32 degrees centigrade, which is about 240 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're down in the southeast, London, my heart goes out for you. I think you are about to experience in London the hottest day ever recorded. Unless, of course, you've been in chariots. It says, Britain may break the record for the hottest ever day today in the sun today. The Met Office has said Furnace Friday. You won't have to use the oven. You know, why not save the planet? Save the planet. It's all about saving the planet. Why not save the planet? Okay. And this morning or this afternoon, have your Sunday roast. Okay. You can just put it on like one of the metal things, the oven dish thing, and just put it outside and it will cook. And then you can eat it. No need to waste the Earth's resources, you know. Another 3 buckets of coal being chucked into a power station or something like that. Yes, top. We could go over 38 degrees centigrade in the southeast, down there in the southeast, so I'm not there at the moment. Up to 38 degrees in London, bordering on the 38.7 degrees centigrade record, which is about 516 degrees Fahrenheit. I think that's right. 38 times 2, add 30, number 500 and up to 512 degrees Fahrenheit, that is. And I am correct. Don't start correcting me on that, because I know I'm right. I know. Oh, I can hear noises. Where's that coming from? I know I'm right. It's about 502 degrees centigrade, 37. Oh, you've got it wrong. No, we've done the thing. Oh, I'm right, you're wrong. No, I'm definitely right with that, my darlings. The weather is set to be so scorching that the Met Office has issued an amber health. Oh, I don't think I've got my alert noise on here. Oh no. Have I not got that on here? Just a moment. Let me just double check that, please. You just talk amongst yourselves for a moment or two. I should have my red alert thing now. I thought I brought that with me. No, I haven't. Oh, how disappointing. I thought I bought that on my little stick. Do you mind if I just have a little quick look on my little stick and see if I've got my red alert noise? One moment, please. Let me just plug this in. It could all go terribly wrong now. I'll take the whole show off here. Let's have a look. Picture, clock. No, it's not on there. Oh. So, do you know, it's taken about 2 years so far to try and remember what's on the computer in Berkshire and bring it each week. A new sound or piece of music goes onto this little memory stick and gets brought up here. And then I'll be doing a show and suddenly I realise I've forgotten something else. But never mind. A red alert has been issued. Or in cock language, it's exactly the same. Isn't it funny? Some of the words in English and cock language are exactly the same. A little bit like when you go to some of these other countries, you know, like I think India, actually. I'm sure it's India. Sometimes you're watching a program on the telly and they're talking like, and then they might say airplane. The word is the same. Well, it's the same in Cockrell language. You know, some of the words are the same. Ask Rachel, she knows, or Denise Andrews, head of animal welfare and ducks on this channel. Yes, they've issued an amber health alert and told people to look out for the vulnerable, elderly and babies. What, in case they trip over them? Yeah, that's a good point. Because if one of the vulnerable people, you know, falls over and passes out, that's a very good thing. Because you don't want to be tripping over them. You know, when you're walking around today, wherever you're going, perhaps you're just doing a little bit of shopping, might be going out for a little walk outside, social distancing. Keep at least 5 miles away from everyone to be on the safe side, boys and girls. Okay? If you're out there, it says here, look out for the vulnerable, elderly and babies. And if you do see any of them fall over in front of you, step over carefully. It says that in the instructions. Don't put yourself at risk by tripping over these people that can't handle the weather. Step over carefully. It says the level 3 warning, just one step below a national emergency red alert. And believe me, if there's a red alert, you will hear it first on this programme exclusively. Well, we might see it on the BBC first. Old Charlie was on there this morning. No, didn't see him smile. On BBC Breakfast. Charlie was on there. Never smiles. Giving poor old Rushy a hard time. We like Rushy. He's always got that nice smile on himself, hasn't he? He was speaking from a factory this morning somewhere. I don't know what they were doing. Yes, the level 3 warning, just one step below national emergency red alert, is triggered when high temperatures could have a significant effect on health if reached for 2 consecutive days at the intervening night. It means there's a strong chance of heat wave conditions between midday today and 9 a.m. on Sunday, which could see hospitals busier than normal. I think with some sort of breathing conditions, it affects that, hasn't it? So there we are. Very, very hot weather on the way today. I thought last night actually would be warmer than it actually was. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't cold in the slightest, but I thought, I might have to have my aircon on all night tonight. And no, it wasn't actually. I had it on for about, 20 minutes while I was laying in bed. And I thought it was a little bit chilly. I'd turn it off and I was perfectly all right. Didn't have to throw my covers off halfway through the night like you have to sometimes. Isn't that horrible? And it is. You can't sleep in hot weather. It's just awful, isn't it? Need the cold air on. Need the cold air. Anyway, that's that. Last night I went for an evening bike ride, which was quite nice. And I ended up at my sister's house, which wasn't the intention. I thought I cycled down to one of the bridges, the nearest one. When I say the nearest one, that's about half an hour away on a bike, right? And then the next one after that is actually quite a long way. You keep going round corners. It's a beautiful ride. The river is next to me. And then there's a very quiet road, which is next to this river. So you kind of go under the first bridge and then you carry on. And I thought, I'll go down to the next bridge. So I'm going along this road and looking at them. People have got chickens and that on their on the other side of the bank, you see. So river, road, bank, some houses, not houses together, occasional detached houses, usually with quite a little bit of land. And various people have got chickens. There's one particular house, they seem to have different types of chickens. Perhaps Rachel knows about this. Different types of chickens in different sort of pens. They're not all in the same pen. Don't know what that is. And cycling along there, and it did say road closed. I didn't really think much about that. It said road closed. I wonder why is this road closed? Maybe there's some road works. Didn't see any road works, but there was part of the road that was falling into the field. Now, don't get me wrong, there wasn't all tarmac and that falling into the field, but that part of the road, there were great big crevices in it, that wide. And if my bike had gone down there, the whole wheel would have gone down and would have gone straight over the top, which would have been annoying unless I would have had a camera running at the time and we could have got more viewers. Anything to get the viewers. Right? So that was the damage on the road there. And eventually I got down to the other bridge, which would be about, I suppose, about 55 minutes in total from here. Now, from that bridge, it's not that much further in the grand scheme of things to my sister's house. Maybe another 15 to 20 minutes on the bike from what's Kirkster Bridge. So I thought, you know what, I'll just turn up at her house and I'll stay there an hour and I'll cycle back. So I carried on. And I cycled to my sister's house and just turned up. And yeah, that was quite nice. I had a cup of tea. And then I was going to cycle back, but she convinced me to take a lift home because it had got a little bit dark. I looked out and I thought, I'll just make it back before it goes pitch black. Actually, by the time we'd got in the car and we were about halfway back and it got really dark, so probably that was the right thing to do. But later on today, she said, ring us when you get ready, or ring us when you're ready and we'll come and get you. Come back to our house and you can cycle back from there. So that was a good bit of exercise yesterday. Fortunately, in Lincolnshire, as I said before, everything is flat. There's no large hills to go up. Similarly, there's no large hills to come down again. But you're actually better off flat and it doesn't tire you out as much. I have done that journey twice so far. But the other times I've done it, I did it once during the daytime and it was similar weather to this. And I was absolutely finished by the time I did go there and I came back again. And even when I got there, I was like, Christ, I'm so tired now. Not aching in any way, just tired. And of course, it was the heat that done it. Well, last night I went out at 7 o'clock at night. And I did it then, and I got there, and I thought, well, I've got enough energy to get back home there. But it was the dark, and I've got no lights on that bike, so probably the right thing there. But I'll be cycling back again tonight at some point. I'll probably get her to pick me up, sort of about request, not get her. Request that she picks me up about 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I'll be able to cycle back from there. And it really is a nice cycle, that, very nice indeed. Now, yesterday was a great day, and I have some stuff to show you. I've got a couple of more pictures from Denise Andrews to show you this morning of her talent and making things. Wonderful stuff she does. There's a couple of pictures from JP. Now, I warn you, it's a bit like soft porn. I must warn you, the pictures of John Parrish and his delightful wife, Sherry DMP, with her own cookery channel. It's one of the pictures is a bit like soft porn. And he nearly got into trouble for one of them. More about that if you want to see them. Not only that, I have a really nice and lovely video of actual model steam trains. Not electric trains. These are actual model steam trains that my brother-in-law's sister's husband has built from bits. He didn't go out and buy them. He built them from bits. And I'd love to show this to you. It's a really delightful film. I had such a nice time yesterday. I cannot tell you, yesterday afternoon. Went round to their house, and I haven't been there for years. His wife, my brother-in-law's sister, has the most beautiful house, I have to say. Everything is perfectly placed, and it's so clean. I wish I could have a clean house like that. I mean, I clean my house when I think, a little bit, that needs a clean now. That's when I do my cleaning. Whereas, of course, mothers years ago, they would go around just every day and clean everything. And I think Kim is a bit old school, and she does it like that. That's how she does it. My mum was certainly the same. Every day the Hoover would come out, up and down the stairs with a Hoover. But I just don't do that. Beautiful house she's got. But it's not so much the house. I want to show you the trains. So this morning we have got 12 likes so far. Let's ask this morning. Let's push the boat out and ask for 24 likes this morning. Which is asking some. Let's ask for 24 likes this morning to see both the video of the train and also the pictures from the lovely Denise Andrews and John Parrish as well. Some of you blokes who are interested in engineering really will want to see this train video, and it shows you I get to do a little bit of oiling on the train, the preparation before you can put it on the track. It's wonderful. And it's a funny thing, I was talking to Dave, who's my brother-in-law's sister's husband, talking to him yesterday, and I had an electric train set, and you put it on the rails and you just watch it go round, and these were the children's toys of years ago. Now, of course, you can still get electric trains, loads of them, and you go into Hamleys or anywhere like that, and they got these boxes of electric trains. Sadly, I rarely see many people looking at them, except old blokes like myself. You haven't got the children going, wow, look at that engine, like I did. I remember seeing a model railway layout at Gamages, which was a toy shop in London. There was Gamages and Hamleys. Gamages went years ago, and my father took me there one Christmas, and the most huge layout, and you'd be watching all these little trains going around everywhere. These were all electric, of course. And then as you were walking along, all the lights would go out, and all these little street lamps would come on the model railway layout. It was something to see, to be believed. It was beautiful, and of course it was full of mainly little boys. There were a few little girls in there, but mainly little boys were watching it, with their mums and dads, or just their dads. I think it was just my dad took me there. And I was amazed by this, and I got an electric train set for my 16th birthday, and it was the best present I ever had, the electric train set. And you took that wrapper off, and the smell and everything. Oh, God. We were quite happy to put these rails together and just watch the train go round and round. And the thing is, this is what I was saying to Dave yesterday, my brother-in-law's sister's husband. It never made you angry. Do you see what I mean? A bit like with Scalextrics as well. I think even with Scalextrics, which was more of a how would you say, more of a sort of laddie thing, the Scow Electrics. You know, I had the electric train. I wasn't that interested in Scow Electrics. I knew people with Scow Electrics. I think some of my cousins, Cousin Vince and Cousin Simon, had Scow Electrics. I like the electric train. But on both of those toys, you know, you'd put these things on their little row type things, and you would just watch them go round and round, and you never got angry. You can get angry if sometimes you're going a little bit too fast, and perhaps the train has jumped off the rail, or the curve isn't quite right and it fell off the rail. You wouldn't get angry at that. Oh dear. And then you put the train back on and continue just watching the train go round. Whereas with computer games, I mean, I've seen people grab the remote control and they can't get to the next level, and they throw the remote control, and they're angry. And it makes them all tense while they're doing this computer game. That being said, I have to say I've watched my nephew play computer games many times, Gary, and he plays a lot with his friends online, you know, talking to each other on a little microphone thing. And he doesn't seem to get he doesn't seem to get angry, my nephew. Mind you, he's not an angry person, you know, he's always quite laid back, my nephew Gary. But you do see people, and they're playing these games, and they go absolutely fuming, and they throw the remote control. Some of them smash the telly up. I don't think we ever had that with the old type of toys that we had. Anyway, I've got that to show you, so if you'd like to see that, give us some likes. We've got 18 so far. We only need another 6 or so to make it 24. I'm not very good with maths. You may well have noted that before. Incidentally, just to let you know, and this is absolutely devastating news for us all this morning. Devastating news from us. I have received an email from Peter Wright. Absolutely devastating news that says won't be at the Friday or Saturday morning show. God. Oh, just when I thought the day couldn't get any worse, Peter Wright isn't turning up today for the show. Or tomorrow. Oh, God, what are we going to do? I'm so sad. I'm so sad. But he will be back Sunday night. Oh, well. But never mind. Just to let you know, he has claimed his bingo ticket, number 939. Okay. His raffle ticket. He's claimed his raffle ticket, number 939. There it is there. Have I got that automatic? I think I've got the automatic light thing on. Hang on a minute. What have I done here? I should have turned something off. There's a thing that changes as the light changes. Oh, it is off. It's a little tick in the box. Is it that button there? Oh, no. Well, hang on a minute. Maybe we can change that a little bit. Let's see what happens there. So it comes off auto. Oh, is that too bright? Oh, it's a bit too bright now. Let's go on 5. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Let's see if that does that again. That's better. Is it too dark now? Oh, you can't win with this stuff. Maybe I turn that light up a little bit now. Oh, I don't like to do this stuff while you're sitting there. There we go. Let's just do that. Oh, Christ, not the yellow one. I don't like the one with jaundice. The jaundice light. So Peter's claimed that, and he won this, which was our Super Chat prize last week, and that will be into his post to him, although not to... Oh, yes! Oh, I don't know if it'll go in there, will it? If I put it in here, that might not go as a... It's got to go in a bigger bag, I think, actually. Let's have a look. I'll try and do that later. No, he might have to wait until Monday to get to be sent that in the post, because I haven't got any... I have got a large letter stamp, but unfortunately not a large letter envelope type thing there. So just let you know, he has claimed that now. All right. Good. Rachel, you will be interested to know that I detected 2 spiders in this room the other day. They hadn't got too big, and the good news is they're not going to get too big either, because they've gone now. They have been dispatched. I have also identified what keeps setting off my camera here in the middle of the night, and that is a spider has made its home, and indeed web, in front of one of my cameras. Oh, you wouldn't mind if they paid rent. Anyway, that'll have to be brushed off later. I should be very careful not to damage the spider. We don't need to kill things unnecessarily, dear. You know, and that's it. All right, let's have a look at a couple of messages this morning. And then we'll start reading some of our stories. Good morning to George Bond, Jason Hughes, Diane Jeb there. Morning to Diane. Gary Ross, 2 tickets, Gary. Hello. Mike Rees-Ponto, good morning. Joe Woodrow, morning. Diane didn't sleep too well. Oh, okay. Your poor dog Maisie wasn't too happy either. Oh, so you were quite warm there, Diane, were you? Yeah, it wasn't too bad here, to be honest. I thought it was going to be hotter than it actually was, but it wasn't there. There we are. Christopher Woodhouse. Good morning, Chris. Always have a little bit of a conversation with him about an hour after the show. We have a chit-chat on the phone, don't we? Morning, Chris. Morning to Daniel Woodhouse. Hello, sir. Ella Marge TV, back again. Greetings. John Aitken, hello to you. Said hello to John there this morning, and Sherry. There's Gary. Oh, there's my nephew, Gary Butler. Morning, Gary. Morning. Very laid back, Gary. Andy in the house. Morning. Mandy Davenport there. Greetings. Mick Davenport. Denise Andrews, just checking through the manual. Very unusual behaviour for that to a chicken to want to become a cockerel. Very unusual behaviour. There you go. Denise, full of animal welfare advice, I'm pleased to say. Thank you, Denise. Scrolling quite quickly there, my loves. There's Shania. Morning, Shania Steele. Head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight. There is Single Yin Lee. Her entire family is possibly watching this. So, morning, Single Yin Lee. How are you this morning? I hope you're very well, my darling. Okay. Is that everyone's name? Let's try and give everyone a name. There's Adam the plumber. Morning, Adam. No, Joe, I'm very pleased to say the wheel didn't come off. The nut didn't move at all. So I don't think we have to do anything else with that. It's one of those things with a bit of nylon on there, which kind of holds it in there. So fingers crossed that will be all right now. All right. Gary, are you watching on a big telly? Is that light all right now? I'm just trying to get used to this. I have to admit, your little light that you lent me was easier to get right than the large one that's around me now. So I don't know. One of the things that I notice this large light does is puts a little bit of a sparkle in your eye. Can you see it? I'm sparkling this morning, just like Shirley Bassey with her diamonds. Diamonds are forever. La da 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 da. Oh, she's bringing out a new album, Shirley. Yes, new album coming out from Shirley Bassey. We've got 20 likes at the moment. I need 3 more likes. And then you can see some lovely pictures from Denise Andrews, John Parrish, and a video about the little train thing that I did yesterday. Okay, good morning to LaBelle. Your emerald butterfly of summer magic. Do you like those? Look at this. This was a gift from Adam the plumber. Isn't it lovely? No, and I think it was for Mazda, actually. I think this one was for Mazda. I love it. There's a lot of really nice colourful shirts like this, all different types of things, that keep appearing on my Facebook ads. The only problem is a lot of this stuff comes from China and their sizes are a bit iffy. I've got at home a lovely yellow shirt with musical notes on it, large, right? Well, it doesn't fit. I mean, it doesn't even nearly fit. You know, sometimes you can put a shirt on that's a bit tight and I'll just about get that done up. You know, no, it won't even do up like that. And it's like a stretchy material, but unless you've got a decent body, you know, you can't wear. I mean, fat people like me should not be wearing stretch t-shirts. You know, like those muscle t-shirts some of the lads wear when they've been going down the gym and they put that, and there's all this definition that doesn't look the same on me for some reason. And like a sack of old potatoes, unfortunately. Never mind. Good morning to Park Nest this morning. Who's... Oh, Yin's long lost cousin. Everyone's there today. Her entire family is tuned in. Practically the whole... Where is it you're from, darling? Are you Thailand? Thailand or where are you from, my love? Where are you from there? Practically the entire country is now in tune with this programme. I'm pleased about that. Rachel's looking forward to the model railways. Me too. I can't wait to show it to you. You will be amazed at what he's made. There's not even just one, several of them. The whole thing, the track and everything. I will be doing, for the first time ever, just a little bit of live narration today, boys and girls. I'm not quite sure how well that's going to go. I put the little video together and I thought, well, I think that's telling its own story. You don't need any narration, just a little bit right at the beginning. Okay. Let's scroll down a little bit there. LaBelle, it's understandable. Oh, it's jumped up now. lost that. It's understandable when people get mad doing video games. Some get paid big money to play now. Yeah, but the stuff we had, LaBelle, you know, you never got angry watching a train going around. It was quite relaxing, actually, as indeed it was yesterday. I could have sat there for hours just watching this train chugging around on a track, and even steam. Steam comes out the little engine just like a real steam train. It was fantastic. Can't wait to show it to you. Gary can wear that making the tea. Oh, no, what we're talking about there. Why we're making the tea. All right, let's just go down a little bit further there. Good morning to Scotty Daniel. Hello to young Scotty. Hello to you, sir. Shania's going to church in a bit. No bingo for you this morning, Shania? Is that what you're telling me? Because I'm going to put you down on here if you're not playing the bingo so we can carry on in case you win there, my love. You don't want to fall off the list, my love. People are falling off the list left, right and centre. Good morning to Maureen. Just texting in from London. Good morning, Maureen there. John Aiken, have you seen the top Christmas toy this year? Will be a singing flamingo on the toilet. Really? No, I haven't. Could you send me a link on my by email, possibly, on that one? And I'd like to see that. Perhaps we can include that in Saturday morning's show today. George says password, Chris. What, you want my password, do you, George? Yes, of course you can have my password is me 7652. There you go. Try and get into any of my accounts with that one, okay? Me. Sorry, I'll be a bit slower. Me 7562. There you go. That's my password, and that goes for all my accounts, George. Okay. YouTube, anything like that, just pop in there and do what you like, okay? Me 7562. Thanks very much. Good. Lovely. We now have 23 likes. Okay, let's do some of these pictures. I've got loads to do today, actually. There's quite a few news stories and things like that. But first of all, we'll start with JP's pictures this morning. Now, I must warn you, you know, if you're not into soft porn, look away now. Look away now. I'll let you know. Shania, just turn your picture off for a little while. I don't think it's for someone who's head of the Catholic Church's eyes, to be honest. Okay? Not for that, all right? Are you ready? Here we go. Here come two pictures from John Parrish. Let me get the story ready as well. Oh, okay, I see your email there, Shania. John Paris, here we are. He's got, let's see where it starts. That's a hotel in Monaco, I beg your pardon, Monaco. And there's our beautiful Sherry. That's not the picture I'm concerned about. We could be taken off YouTube for this. Oh, there it is, look. Oh my God, what are they doing in that bath? It beggars belief that he's sent in a picture like that. What are you doing in that bath, you two? Shocking. And he says in the email, hotel room in Monaco overflowed. It almost got removed from the hotel. Sherry will go mad when she sees this. Sherry, didn't you know he sent that in? Shocking. What's going on in that bath? Dear me. Thank you very much, John, for that one. Do you know, I think I've only ever had a bath with one person. I'm sure that's the case. I just got back in from a club, completely off our heads. Christ, that must be going back 25, 30 years there. Thanks very much for that. All right. And other pictures are from Denise Andrews, who's a bit of a craft lady. She's making bits and pieces. Check these out. She made these cards. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? She made me some cards. They're actually at Bracknell in Berkshire. I think I've showed them for you before. Remind me and I'll show them to you again next week when we go back down south. It's like a little design that she's stuck on there. Very, very clever. And there's another picture that should come up at some point. Oh, there it is. There we are. There's her other picture. Other things she's been making for people. Look at that. I love it. Love to see a little bit of talent like that, don't you? Wonderful. Thanks very much for that, Denise. As always, gang, if you've got anything you want to send in, there's the email address there at the bottom. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. It's the Mirror today. Top 10 toys for Christmas. Is it really? All right. I'll have a little look at that later on. I like to see the look of that. Andy's just writing down your password, Chris. Yes, make sure you've written that down. George, Gary said from Gary's British talk show, if I put a password, you'll put me into a moderator, Chris. Well, we don't really have moderators on this channel, George. We only have 2. Don't want any more. You know. Why is everyone always screaming and shouting they want to become moderators? No, absolutely not. And I tell you why, and I've told you why so many times before. People that want to be moderators, and what would happen, they probably do the job very well, and then something will go wrong. Something will happen, and I'll look and I'll think, no, that's wrong. And I'll say, no, you've done that wrong. I'm going to have to take you off of being a moderator. And you start rowing. And then one moderator will do something and another moderator won't agree with it, and they will start rowing. That's how it is. And I think it was Jason Hughes said that it wouldn't happen if people moderated correctly. No, but how do you know who's going to moderate correctly and you don't? And you might say, oh, well, give us a chance. I'll do it for a while. And you give someone a chance and they do it. And then they do what you don't want them to do. So you take it off and, oh, can't believe you did that. Oh, I'm going now. That's exactly how it will be. In actual fact, the ladies would understand that more than the blokes on the channel. Don't you agree, girls? That is exactly how it would be. There would be moaning and people would be rowing even more than they do now. It wouldn't work. I've seen channels and they got like 20 blinmin' moderators on there. And the other thing is people moderate someone just because they don't agree with their opinion. My thoughts on all this business with rowing and all that, you know, if you're upset by something, just ignore it and it'll go away eventually. Just ignore it. No more moderators ever on this channel, and that's it. End of. Scrolling. There you go, Sherry. Chris, John sent that without my knowledge. We actually flooded the bathroom and spent most of our time cleaning and drying the place. Perhaps you shouldn't have moved around so much in the bath. Yes. Shall we move on, my darlings? Let's have a look. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Hello, Michael Lawrence, this morning there. Right, I've still got the little thing about the with the train coming up. Can I just do a couple of stories here? If you are going to the beach today, you might be a little bit warned if you're in the southwest of the country. In the Daily Mirror, it says dangerous compass jellyfishes. Jellyfish. Dangerous compass jellyfish have descended onto the shores of Britain as massive swarms of different species are spotted. Now, what are compass jellyfishes? Are they like jellyfishes that hold compasses so that they know where they're going? Oh, where am I going? Oh, let's go that way. Oh, let's go that way. Oh, let's go that way. Don't ask me about compasses. Many, many times I've been lost in the Scouts with a compass and a map. I don't know what it was doing. I got an entire pack of Cub Scouts lost once in Box Hill, and we didn't get home until till 11 o'clock at night, and the parents were doing their nut. Where's my little... I am useless, absolutely useless, finding my way from A to B with or without an app or an old school a map and a compass. Can't do it. But compass jellyfishes can give a nasty sting, and swimmers are being warned to keep their distance. This is in the southwest. Devon Live reports swarms of thousands of jellyfish are drifting in and out of the shores of South Devon. Explorer and wildlife expert Darren Murray captured shots of the compass jellyfish. They are quite beautiful creatures, actually. I need to get you a picture of this. The compass jellyfish are summer visitors to Devon shores, coming in as the waters get warmer. So let's just show you a little picture of this now. It's beautiful jellyfish. I think that's looking from above a jellyfish, isn't it? There we go. Look, isn't that lovely? A bit closer there. There you are. That is a compass jellyfish. Beautiful. The waters are getting warmer. Their brown markings Lend them their name, but don't let them fool you. They could pack a nasty sting and often leave a tentacle behind after stinging a person. Oh, we'll send it over to China. They eat everything, don't they? Anything that moves, the Chinese eat. Interestingly, the jellyfish can continue to sting using the tentacle even after it's disconnected from the rest of its body. I wonder if that'll happen with my tongue. You know. If my tongue somehow becomes detached from my body, will it still continue to waggle up and down and dish out insults to people? Let's be honest, that's why most of you are here, to be insulted, isn't it? You enjoy it. I know Peter Wright does, but he's not here this morning. He's missing out on it. He watches the recording of the show. I didn't really realise that. This is an interesting picture as well. Diver Lizzie. My God, that one's enormous. How big are these things? Jeez, look at the size of this, look. Now, this has got a swimmer next to it. So you can see for its size. Look at the size of that. It's enormous. It says there are different types and thousands of them, but they drift in and out, so I was quite lucky to drifting among them. That one you can see there is a large barrel jellyfish, sometimes known as a dustbin lid jellyfish. Last year, a professional diver, that's the picture you just saw, encountered a jellyfish the size of a human in Falmouth Bay, Cornwall. Gosh. Do people eat jellyfish, I suppose? Is that something one would eat? I don't know. But scary. I think they're enormous. Oh, I've got to do one more picture. There's two people in. Now, these people are actually in contact with the jellyfish. So perhaps you can touch them in such a way where you don't get hurt. Look, they're actually touching that jellyfish there, look. Look how big it is. I suppose you've got to keep away from the sort of tentacles at the bottom there, have you? Wow. So do be careful if you're going for a little dip in the waters around Devon, down in the southwest. Watch out for stinging jellyfish. Very serious in Australia. They have these blue bottle jellyfish or something like that. I don't know if Michael Pullman's with us, he didn't know. But those ones, they sting you and that can kill you. Oh yes, around Australia. I'm sure humans were never supposed to live in Australia. I really believe that. The amount of dangerous things wandering around there. You can't do your shopping on a Saturday night in Oxford Street, in Sydney, for crocodiles walking up and down the middle of the road. There you are, going into Woolworths to get your shopping. There you've got a pint of milk and you're just walking home, and suddenly a gigantic spider about 15 foot across just jumps off a wall and eats you in front of everyone. But it's such a normal thing that happens there. While you're being eaten in the middle of the road, the taxis are just going round you. People just walk past. Oh well, another one being eaten. Giant spiders in Australia, just sitting there on the wall near the shopping centres waiting to attack. It's just a matter of time before one gets you. Huh? Keyboard warriors. There's a few of those around, isn't there? The keyboard warriors, they think it's okay to say anything they want and hide behind their little keyboard. Since the advent mainly of Twitter is a great place for that. You see the absolute vileness of people on there. People that think they can say anything they want and not get an answer. I'm always surprised on here when some people sometimes say something and they get an answer they don't like. Well, don't say anything then. Simple as that. Simple as that. Don't say anything and you won't be offended by something I say back to you. They expect to say something and not get an answer. But I love this, and I've always been a bit weary on comments or what would you call like Tripadvisor, or the comments sometimes you get on Amazon, for example. Oh, perhaps this light in front of me, best light I've ever bought, and then there might be one that says terrible light, plugged it in, it didn't work, disgusted with the service, and all this business. I've always been a bit wary of those. Certainly the Tripadvisor ones. And we were talking about influencers the other day. These people that do YouTube videos similar to mine. Okay? But different to mine. They've got millions and millions of people watching their videos. And they literally ring up hotels and restaurants and say, hello, I'm a vlogger. Usually someone young who has had stuff done to their face, perhaps their lips, or something like that. Ring up a restaurant. Hello, I'm a vlogger. If I come down and you give me a free meal, I'll give you a really good write-up in my vlog. And I'm like, that is just so wrong. You know, the correct way to do it is go into a restaurant, have your meal, just the same as everyone else, and then write your report. They're just after freebies all the time. And the absolute brazenness of it, of asking for something for nothing all the time. That's what gets me. And they do the same in hotels. They ring up 5-star hotels. Oh, hello, I'm Chris Reardon, I'm a vlogger. I've got millions of viewers on United Kingdom Talk. Oh, we wish. And I will give you a really nice write-up if you give me a room for a couple of nights. And free food and free drink. That's what they do. I wouldn't have any of that. I'm sure that the more upmarket hotels, just because you've got 5 stars doesn't mean you're upmarket. Upmarket hotels, something like the Mandarin Oriental or Claridge's, something like that, you know. Big hotels like that, they'd be completely wise to this now. I very much doubt that anyone would be able to get a freebie out of them. Why should they anyway? They are a blooming business. And then if they don't get what they want, they go on there anyway and give them a bad write-up. It's wrong. It's so wrong. Don't always be led by Tripadvisor and anything like that. That's what I reckon anyway. But this bloke, he owns a pub. Simon Brencher. And he's had a bit of trouble with these so-called keyboard warriors. There's so many of them around. They're generally sad, lonely individuals, and their entire day is spent on the computer making vile comments or trying to get something for nothing. That's what these sort of people are. They have no life. Keyboard warriors. Just typing out their vileness all over the place. A pub owner has hit back, and good on him. Actually, the manager in Central Station is like this. If you give him a bad write-up, he will give you a reply. He will. Absolutely. Who do these people think they are? You know, a pub owner has hit back at customers, leaving negative Tripadvisor reviews in a most savage way. Simon Brencher has been the landlord of the Greyfriar in Chawton in Hampshire for the last 3 years. With experience working as a front-of-house manager at London's first Michelin-starred Indian restaurant and as a general manager for Gordon Ramsay for 2 years, so he knows what he's doing. It's not a surprise that his pub has 4.5-star rating, reports the Hampshire Live. This story is from the Daily Mirror. The Greyfriar has received hundreds of glowing comments, but those who have criticised the service have quickly been shut down by the boss. One customer complained about the £14 burger, calling it a rip-off. And they weren't too happy about the taste either, referring to it as a processed meat brick. The coleslaw and oven chips were supposed to be inedible, and the wait time was slow. In response to the comment, Simon says all burgers are made with processed meat, in bracket, mince, because that's what mince is. It's been processed, and the only process that it has, probably, is that it's been put through a mincer. That's it. But that makes it processed. Otherwise, they would be a steak sandwich, he says. He goes on, the chips go nowhere near an oven. They are peeled and hand-chipped before being triple cooked, boiled, low temperature, fried, and then high temperature fried to order. As you can see, we don't just throw food on our plate and hope no one notices as we rip off tourists. And the reviews said, the pub is opposite Jane Austen's house and next to Chawton House, and they milk their location and foreign tourists and other visitors dry. Shocking. No, they don't. £14 for a burger and fries. In a pub, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me. It does. That sounds reasonable to me in a pub. Doesn't it to you? 14 quid? Staff to pay? Electric to pay? Someone's cooking the food? And if he's had that job, my guess is he's got some sort of decent chef in there. They're not going to be working for £5 an hour, are they? Anyway, it's just another one that just likes to sit there complaining, The burger was a processed meat brick, this bloke right there, with very chunky cut inedible coleslaw and oven chips. Wait time was slow. Rip-off. Meanwhile, Chawton House were offering a decent lunch for £7 in their cafe. Well, it sounds like someone else was working somewhere else and done this, doesn't it? his reply to this particular email says, or tweet, whatever it was, we cook everything to order and use the freshest ingredients we can find. This all takes time, as you would know. If you order a main course without a starter, you would normally look to wait at least 20 minutes for your food. It doesn't just suddenly appear, does it? Now, I must admit, I've been in places. The two worst ones I've ever been were the Rain Cafe restaurant in Euro Disney. Horrendous wait time, over an hour before she came over to take the order. And I mean, she came over with drinks and then she disappeared. It must have been an hour before she came back again. And the other one was a place called the Chainmail, which is not far from here in Boston. I've mentioned a few times now, where we waited an eternity for the food to arrive. It wasn't particularly busy. At the same time, observing members of the staff sitting at tables having their lunch at 1 in the afternoon. Well, that's a funny time for restaurant members to have their lunch, isn't it? 1 in the afternoon when everyone else is in there. It's just, I don't know who's running that place. And then when it arrived, there was hardly any chips. And when I said, well, where's the chips? Oh, that's a portion, mate. Didn't go back there. Shocking. They're the worst ones I've ever been to. But 20 minutes seems a reasonable amount of time to wait for food. 30 minutes, perhaps? 20 minutes seems a good time, doesn't it? That seems decent. It doesn't just appear suddenly. You don't push a button and you get a plate full of food come out of some sort of machine. Not yet. We haven't got to that yet in Star Trek. It goes on. Another one of his customers also complained about the slow service and the price of its salads, and Simon didn't hold back. He said, we were waiting for this review to arrive. I would like to say it was a pleasure to serve you and your friends on the other table. But I can't. I'll read that again. I would like to say it was a pleasure to serve you and your friends on the other table, but I can't. And he writes back to them, hi Fearless 41306 brackets keyboard warrior. This is coming from the boss. Thank you for taking your time to leave us your review, which came up very promptly this Sunday evening. It's a shame that you still hadn't replied to the personal message I sent you asking for more details of your visit. I presume you're too busy fighting crime or slaying dragons from your keyboard. This review has perplexed us all here at the Greyfriar as we checked back on every table on Sunday and not one complaint was received. In fact, the lamb seems to have been the highlight of most people's roast lunches. I can only presume that you were too busy tapping away, trying to stop the hordes of orcs at the gates of Hampshire to notice us asking the question. I can't believe that you feared letting us know your disappointment at the time, being the internet warrior that you are. Next time, we will have a troll at our door, and we're very much looking forward to seeing you riding in your semicolon to the rescue. That's how to deal with these keyboard warriors. The same as I do with my mouth on here. We see them. No need to block people, really. You just answer them back and they get more, and then they get really agitated. And then you ignore them. When they become really annoying, just ignore them. He goes on to say, when I go out for a meal, if there's a problem with the speed of service or quality of the food, I speak to my server quietly and discreetly so as to rectify the situation. Well, I mean, I did try that at the train mail, and the answer I got was, well, that's a portion, mate. Couldn't see the chips. There's about 5 chips on the plate. They must have counted them out. How much is it to cut up a potato? Exactly. To practically shout about your complaints from 5 minutes into your meal onwards is, I believe, both rude and disappointing behaviour. But people don't know how to behave anymore. We all know that. We all know that. Your colleagues, who then proceeded to pronounce in their loudest voices that the chef would probably spit in their meals, were the particular highlight of our lunch. This is why I asked them to leave and refused to take their money for the drinks. Refused to take their money for the drinks served. Please be assured, our door will always be closed to you. Absolutely, that's how to deal with these idiots. Who the hell do they think they are? Eh? Absolutely shocking. Shocking that. Daniel. Okay, let's just. I don't know what that's about. Let me just scroll up a little bit there. Denise, if you get stung by a jellyfish, you need to pull out the tentacle and treat it with vinegar. That's right, yes, and that's indeed what they do in Australia. On the beaches there, they've got vinegar stations all the way along, with just basically bottles of vinegar. And if you get a sting or even one attached to yourself, because they are poisonous, you can die from jellyfish sting in Australia, and that's it, really. So that's why I got the vinegar all there. Jellyfish at Hunstanton didn't look like that. I don't know where's Hunstanton. Is that a seaside resort? I don't know where that is now. Parkness, it's a certain species of box jellyfish that are venomous. That's correct. Box jellyfish. Thank you very much. That's what the word I was looking for there. So I'm just looking down to see if there's anything of interest there. Yeah, Mick says Skeg Vegas is our second home. I was going there before you was a pigeon. Before it was an egg. Yeah, I haven't been to Skegness for ages now. I wouldn't go at this time. It'd be horrendously busy, I'm sure, today. Horrendously busy. But night time, I'd quite like to go there and walk along the beach. It's a nice little sort of early evening out. And you go there about, I think me and my sister used to go there. Me and my sister and brother-in-law used to go about 7 o'clock at night. That's it. Everyone's gone. And it's nice, quiet, walk along there, and very nice. Like to see on a clear day, you can see the windmills going around in the distance in the sea. Beautiful. Chatting on the other. Good morning to Mick's Mowers. Hello, Mick. Good morning to you. Mark Bowles has been to the gym. Oh, please send me your sweaty shirt, Mark, or the shorts, one or the other, or both, preferably. Please send them to me. Please, I'll give you a pen. Or how about a nice key ring for that in exchange? Don't wash them, though. Right. John says we eat jellyfish in the Philippines. I never knew you could eat jellyfish, but I suppose you can eat anything that moves if you put your mind to it, wouldn't it? Right, Daniel Woodhouse says, bring on the train. It might not be London Underground, but it should be nice anyway. So I shall now bring on the video of the train. And it really is, you're going to enjoy this. You ready for this? This is what we did yesterday. And there's what he's created in his garden. He was telling me he didn't put the bricks down himself. He had to get someone to do that. And the actual rows are lifted up. Do these have names?
No. Not as yet.
And is this one you're working on?
Yeah, that's the one we're going to fire up now.
Okay. Well, go on then. Let's.
Go on, let's see on
Oh, is it me who's going to do it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, well, you hold this, Gary.
All in the glasses. Can't see anything these days.
Do I need special lenses to protect my eyes from the impending explosion, or what?
You may do. Right, when you pick it up, when it's cold, pick it up there. So just lift it up out of the way.
Oh, it's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, put on the... Stick it down on the thing. Right, there's a little clip there, just to take it back up. Right, I'll take the gas cylinder and sort that out.
Gas? Is that a little gas thing, is it?
Yeah, it's a gas cylinder.
Gosh. Look at that.
That's right. When you buy these, like, they've got none of this on. All that's...
You've put all that on yourself, have you?
That's a quick filler valve. Normally you'd have a pressure safety valve there.
Right.
Valve like that.
Yeah.
Which just screws in. That's standard, but all this is, you don't... Normally you'd have a whistle in there. But that's a T-piece which runs into a steam regulator, controlling the steam.
Blimey, it's all...
And this is the safety valve now. It's a high pressure safety valve on that.
All the little pipes in the back.
Yeah.
Turn to show people there.
Yeah, okay.
And the little pipes in the back here. Look, that's a thing. He regulates the steam. That wheel there, is it?
Steam regulator.
What's the other wheel for?
That's the gas connection.
Oh, I see.
The gas cylinder.
Oh, amazing.
If you turn her over.
And this was a kit that you bought, was it?
No, I bought that one built.
You built this?
I've actually built all of them. I mean, all these have been in a pile of parts,
Right.
and I've rebuilt them all to this
amazing.
condition. Right, that's the steam reversing valve.
Yeah.
The steam pipe that connects to that tap runs down there into that valve. That's your steam in there. That's your exhaust. That's these there and there and there, the valve blocks.
What metal? Is that brass, is it?
Yeah, it's all brass, yeah. There's no plastic in them at all. They're steel, aluminium, brass and copper.
Right.
So,
Gosh, amazing.
right, first things first, we've got to oil the engine. Right, so, there's your oil rig, just in case you need to wipe your ends. Right,
Yeah.
put a drop of oil on the ends of the con rods. That's it.
What, under there?
Under there. That's it. Okay. On that pin. Doesn't matter if it drips out of it. Right, now just dribble some on the axles so it runs into those bearings. That's it. Oh, and the other one. Right. You need, see this water?
Oh, that's just water, is it?
Yep.
Right.
Distilled water. Because we don't want lime scale in
Yeah.
boilers. Right, if you start squeezing that trigger,
Oh, yeah, I see it.
go on, keep going, you've got to get it up to the max line.
I can't see any in there at all yet, have
No,
I?
go on, keep going. There we go. Right, keep going.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, yeah. Can you see that, Gary? Where that little line is there? I don't know if I can see that or not. It's this bit of water here.
Okay. Right then. When this lights, you're going to get a big blue flame come of it. No, no, no.
Stand back a
No,
little
no,
bit.
no.
Is there a little pilot light in there?
No. Well, it's a light now. You can see the bit down the end. You can see
Oh,
the
yes.
burn.
Yes.
See the
If you
burn.
look carefully in there, yes, you can see. Can you see the blue flame in there? Just about. Oh, a little bit more. There we are. Just in the left-hand corner. That's the gas burning away. Yeah. Oh, there's water coming out here.
That's the gurgling
Why is there
sound.
water there?
That's the water that's condensed in the front.
All right. So is that hot now? Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Very hot. Oh, look at that. And can you slow it down? Speed it up?
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, look, the steam's coming out the top and everything.
It's all the light.
That's Casey Jones. Where's Casey? Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing?
You like it?
Yeah, I do. You go quite fast, can't it?
Very sensitive, that valve.
Absolutely fantastic.
Over it, and the old boilers will soft solder together.
Oh, that's hot. That's sun on my head. Oh, yes. It's fast, isn't it?
Yeah, I shouldn't really be going that fast. Hopefully it's like down, isn't it? considering we're pairing it. Yeah. You can hear the chaffer when it's labouring. Yeah. You can hear the chaffer chaffing.
Not enough.
There we are. Oh, I finished a little bit too quickly there. Where's my camera gone? There we are. Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? Absolutely fantastic. A really wonderful day. I had yesterday afternoon doing that. Not only that, I got a free lunch, nice cheese sandwich, a couple of bags of cheese and onion crisps. And what you didn't see there was some of the younger children were there as well. There was Paige, Casey, and Charlie were there, along with their mums, Kelly and Hayley. It was lovely to see everyone, and his wife Kim, of course. And a lovely day. Cups of tea, chocolate biscuits. Oh, well, the only thing is, because the sun is just so hot. And that goes across the whole of Lincolnshire, really. But you're going out around here. And once you've gone out, you're in that. Is my face red? My face keeps going. It keeps going red. It is quite red, isn't it? I think am I hot? Yeah, I'm hot. That's what it is. I don't think it is. Have I got too much red on there? I don't know. Why didn't anyone tell me? Why would I notice these things? Actually, I'm looking at my red thing behind me there, and that looks a bit red as well. A bit too much colour in there. Hang on, let's just take a bit of that out. There we go. That's better, isn't it? I was looking... Do you know, it's so difficult to get that camera right. Both of the cameras. The other one I was looking at, sometimes I check back. I don't watch the whole show, obviously, but I'll check back when it's completely finished processing, sort of late at night, just to see the quality of the picture. And I was looking last night, and certainly that side camera over there, it was really bright. Really bright when I looked, so I've turned that one down a little bit today. But this one looks a little bit bright as well, so I've turned that down as well today. Jason enjoyed that video. I'm glad you did there, sir. I'm so pleased that I was able to show you that. It just amazed me at what that man has done. And he's what he used to do was work on Eurostar. And he's just retired. He was working on Eurostar. And, of course, I was asking him, actually, because they got new trains there now, haven't they, Eurostar? I said, what's the new trains like in comparison with the old ones? And I expected the answer anyway. Crap. One of the big things that they had a problem was it was generally a computer problem. Computer problems on these trains. And he was saying, when it used to snow, right... The snow, obviously the train's going along through France and England, the Eurostar train, the old ones this is, and the snow would be sitting on the roof. When they got into the tunnel, you know, the tunnel would knock all the snow off the roof. It would drip down onto the trains and short all the electrics out. Transformers blowing up, all sorts of problems they have on those Eurostar trains. Of course, you wouldn't know being a passenger, but it was interesting to talk to someone who's actually been able to do that. But you saw the workshop, and he's made these things and created and little boilers, and he replaced the boilers in there to make them gas operated. Because he was saying, I don't think you heard this in the show, where the boiler is, the little bit of water is, okay, underneath that, obviously, you've got a little fire. You saw it was operated by gas. But generally, when you buy the kits from the shops, they work with a fuel tablet. And he was saying the problem with that is you break this full fuel tablet in half and put it under, light it and put it under to boil the water. But he said they never got hot enough. So that's why he replaced it with gas. And he has, similar to my brother-in-law, he has the technical skills and ability to do something like that. And it's just amazed me to actually see the little steam coming out of the thing and all that. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Daniel Woodhouse has got model railways, but a lot of them has been moved as he's got older. He's got his Horby Class 37 diesel in British Rail. Yes, I've got a few bits and pieces like that as well. Let's just scroll up, see if everyone's talking about that. Mark got his bits yesterday. Oh, for mixed mowers. Oh, he sent you some stuff, has he? Okay. Daniel, it's an odd gauge. That's a G gauge, that is. G for the garden. G for garden. G gauge, that is, for those of you that are interested. Okay, the normal one that most little boys had in my age was, in my time, was sort of 00 gauge, which is a smaller one. And there was an even smaller one than that called an N gauge. My cousins had you could have a complete N gauge, a large layout, which only took up a corner of the room because they were very small trains, they were. Most people had 00 gauge there. Andy could watch that all day long. Oh, me too, Andy. I could just sit there and watch that train going round and round, chugging away. And he said one of the hardest things to do was get all the track at the same level. And what he'd done, what I was saying to you, I kind of got cut off by the speaking on the video there right at the beginning when I was telling you about the. Let's just show it to you again. Just that little bit there at the beginning. That bit there, you see that there, right? Well, he laid that, but he didn't lay the bricks. He got someone else to lay the bricks down like that, but it wasn't quite level. And what he's got underneath the sleepers, if you can't really see it, is washers. You know, just normal washers, little metal washers. And he had a level thing there, trying to make everything flat. But even so, he said it's really difficult to do that. And there's a bit where the train comes in front there seems to be a slight incline there, which you can't really see with your eye. But the train does that. It slows down a bit when it's going along that straight bit there. Amazing. Just amazing. There was one other bit there. You didn't see it there because I didn't catch it. He had it going too fast. It's really difficult turning the little wheel, which is the steam, the amount of steam that goes in. Turning the little wheel to get that quite right. So that, number one, it's actually moving, but number two, it's not going too fast. He did have it a little bit going fast, and it came around the corner and came off earlier on the video. Earlier on, but you didn't see that in the video. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Speed of the wheels was amazing. Retro Boy enjoyed that as well. Blow the whistle. He didn't have a little whistle on it. Denise, 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Yeah, maybe I should play that little video every time we get to 59. Wouldn't we? Something like that. Oh, my hearing's just changed. You know when your hearing suddenly changes? Like pressure is released or something like that. Any mention of the Flying Scotsman will be frowned upon. That's the Anorax train, is it? I've got one of those, a Hornby one and that, you know. That's good. Why is someone saying tickets, please? You're a bit early for that, Gary, aren't you? No one's mentioned tickets yet. Oh, sorry, tickets for the train, yeah. Tickets, please. Tickets, please. And, of course, that excellent film, The Railway Children. You know, if you don't cry at the end of The Railway Children, then when the dad comes through the steam, then you have no heart whatsoever. No heart whatsoever. All right? Good. It was very hot on the island this morning, says Shania there. Rachel, as kids, we used to stand on the bridge. We waved to the driver and always got a whistle back, just like on The Railway Children, Rachel. Morning to Russ Vernon. Morning to you, Russ. Good. Excellent. Let's do some stories, gang. This woman here has bought some diet pills. Now, I've known people to buy diet pills off the internet. Not a good idea. Really not a good idea. But this lady here, in the Daily Mirror, she was shocked to discover her diet pills contained strong prescription drugs. This is the thing. You buy pills on the internet, you have no idea what's in those tablets. No idea. She's a serial slimmer. Keeps trying to lose the weight, like most of us. She spent £160. Excuse me, I've got something digging in my back there. It feels like a label. She spent £160 every 6 weeks on these tablets. She shed 14 pounds in 1 week. That's too much. That's dangerous. You mustn't lose so much weight in a week. So continued to take them, even though she was suffering bad mood swings. That was until the experts from the ITV show Eat, Shop, Save sent the pills off to a lab for analysis. Tests confirmed they contain drugs, including diazepam, antidepressants and laxatives. The show's nutritionalists said, I'm surprised by what we found. It's really confusing and quite a vast cocktail really, of strong pharmaceutical drugs. It says these things can have some very strong, profound effects on your brain chemistry. And she got these dreadful mood swings. She revealed her and her husband and 2 daughters ate vegetables only once a month. Oh, that's dreadful. You must have them. Well, you're supposed to have them every day. Sometimes I'll skip a day. I don't think I had vegetables yesterday. But I did have baked beans, so that's quite good. You should have vegetables every day. Actually, I do have a lot of vegetables in a meal, you know, and I have a lot of frozen vegetables, admittedly. But you know that, like the packets of frozen veg, I don't know, what's the packet? 500 grams? That sound about right? Packet of frozen vegetables from Lidl or Aldi, 87 pence. One of those will only last me about 3 and a little bit meals. I do have a lot of vegetables. You know those litre size of litre Pyrex jugs, you know? That will be 3/4 full with vegetables. I'll have that one of those usually every day. Very good. It comes after a British dad whose daughter was killed by banned diet pills travelled 1,500 miles to hunt down the dealer. Wow. He fought for more than 2 years to seek justice for his tragic daughter Beth, who died after taking the pills sent by some bloke, and he went round to his house. Who lived in a grimy flat. This I suppose, would you call him a dealer? I don't know if you call him a dealer. Outside his grimy flat in the Ukraine. This bloke was sending out tablets from the Ukraine. Dreadful. It killed his daughter. So do be very careful buying diet. You don't want to buy diet pills and that off the internet. You don't know what's in them. No idea. Did you pay for admission? Says Michael. No, I got a sandwich and everything. Gosh. Wheels. Have you got a wheel? I hope you've got a wheel. Everyone should have a wheel. I've got a wheel. How does anyone know? It doesn't matter how old you are. 18 years old, you should have a wheel. You don't know what's going to happen. You might walk across the road tomorrow and a bus comes around the corner and knocks you over. In fact, I've got a list of people that I want to be knocked down by a bus, to be honest. Well, this old bag here, I mean, it's outrageous, really. If you do a will is for you to leave your money to who you want. And if you've got £10 million in the bank and you want to leave it to a cat's home, so be it. It's your blooming money. How dare children of people, and we've often seen this in the paper, you know, go to court and say, well, hang on a minute, I'm his child, I should have his money. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Or his or her money. Why should you? It's his money. Her money. Let her do with her money exactly as she wants. Just because you're a blood relative makes no difference at all. Well, this old bag here, a daughter faces losing her home after being beaten in a court fight over her dad's estate after he left it to a lifeboat station instead of her. Serves her right. Serves her right. This old bag gave up her job to concentrate on a legal fight with lifeboat charity RNLI in 2015 after discovering her former lifeboat man dad, Brian Cole, had disinherited her in his will. It says he left around £268,000, which isn't a small amount of money, to the charity, while handing her and his former partner just £5,000 each. Troubled Mr. Cole killed himself aged 70. That's a late age to commit suicide, isn't it? I don't really hear... Oh, you don't? You don't really hear many old people committing suicide, do you? Unless they've got some terrible disease or something wrong with them. Anyway, he killed himself aged 70 on August the 30th, 2013, just 25 days after he signed off the will, leaving nearly all of his savings to fund the lifeboat in Penarth in Wales that he once crewed. Mrs. Young, the daughter, has been fighting the charity since in a bid to prove her dad was not in his right mind when he made his final will. That's the one that they use, you see. Not in his right mind. What you want to do is do a will and then go back every few years. You know, you can't be mad all that. Well, I probably am. You can't be out of mind all those years, can you? At the same time, she's been going through a divorce with her ex-husband, Philip Young. Well, what's that got to do with it? Why is that even in the story? Oh, feel sorry for me. One of those, yeah. In March, the divorce court ruled that she should walk away from the marriage with the whole of the £260,000 family home. So she got the house, right? But she now faces losing everything she's gained after the fallout from her inheritance fight caught up with her this week. Well, that serves her right then. In July last year, not happy with her house, not happy with a 260 grand house. She wants the money as well. She now faces losing everything she gained after the fallout from her inheritance fight caught up with her this week. In July last year, a judge found in favour of the charity, upholding the will, and so it should be as well, and ruling that Mr. Cole had known about what he was doing. He had made a conscious decision to disinherit his daughter after a bad falling out. Fair enough. At the charity's request, another judge this week imposed charging orders totalling over £140,000 in favour of the RNLI on the house that she won in the divorce, paving the way for the property to be sold to pay off what she owes to the charity. London's High Court heard that Mr. Cole, who was worth £300,000 when he passed away, had named his only daughter as his main heir in 2008. But in another, he executed in 2000. He didn't execute her, the will. Just want to point that out. There's no murders going on here. In another, he executed in 2012. He largely disinherited her in favour of his then girlfriend Angela Saunders. His last will in 2013. Oh, you can imagine what went on there, can't you? You know, the daughter probably saying to him, "Oh, she's not right for you," and all this, and that probably got on his goat. None of your business. None of your business who your dad goes with. None of your business at all. His last will in 2013 then left both women £5,000 each, with nearly all of his assets going to the RNLI in honour of his former service as a lifeboat man for the purpose of the upkeep of the Penrith lifeboat and the station of Penrith. He told the lawyer who prepared his last will that he'd been a crew member of the lifeboat many years ago and wanted the RNLI to get most of his wealth. So, I mean, there we are. There we are. And she spent a load of the money. She spent a load of money. Now she's going to have to sell the house. And the story goes on. But that's what a will's for. A will is for you to leave your money to whoever or whatever you deem necessary. And if it be a cat's home or a dog's home or a donkey sanctuary, you know, how about a good friend? How about a good friend? What about your best friend? You know, well, perhaps your best friend has done more for you than anyone. Or maybe a best friend of the past. Someone perhaps you didn't appreciate at the time. Why not leave them the money? You know. It's outrageous that anyone can actually go to a court, I think sometimes, and try and get the money just because they haven't been left it. I think that's absolutely outrageous. It really is. All right, let's just scroll up on some of those stories at the moment. Oh, it's 10:05, isn't it? Let me have my pills there. Oh, and everyone's reminding me. Thank you very much. Mark Bowles loves the shirt. Thank you, Lord, Mark. Look even better on your bedroom floor as a... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I forgot this was a family programme. I do forget that. Retro Boy only buys diet stuff from either a pharmacy or Holland and Barrett. Excellent. That's where you want to buy that stuff from, Retro. Of course, no disrespect to you. It's easier said than done. I know this. And the easiest way to lose weight is to stop eating much. You know, or change the food you eat and eat less. It's incredibly difficult. I'm in that position at the moment. You know, I'm finding it very difficult to stop eating. Gary Ross, you can print out the will templates free on the internet. You can, Gary, but I wouldn't advise it. I would advise you to spend the money and go and see a solicitor. Sit there and then if anything, you know, if you die whenever, tomorrow, 200 years' time, whatever, when you die, you've sat in front of someone who would be respected by the law, who could then say, yes, Gary sat in front of me and he looked all right to me. There didn't seem to be anything wrong with his head, and the judge would listen to that. Whereas if you've done it all on your own, just filled in a little form and sent it off, nah, you've got to spend the money and go and see a solicitor and do it like that. I think most of the solicitors do a set fee for a will, so you could do a comparison, you know, and just type in how much. I don't know, how much is a will with a solicitor? Let's have a look. How much for a will with a solicitor? Let's have a look. Top 5 quote. Oh, here we go. Bracknell will, £120. Is that a lot of money? Would you consider that a lot of money to do something like that? I don't know. What's your age group? What shall we say? Well, what's mine? 50 to 59. There we go. 50 to 59. Male. Let's have a look. Let's do this. Are you a homeowner? Yes. There we are. What type of service would you like? What's a mirror will? Oh, I don't know what that is. Will writing. Having the legal document written by a professional. I would highly recommend that. Don't DIY will. You don't want to be dead, and for someone that you don't want to get the money to get all your stuff, innit? Oh, it's asking for addresses now. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. About 120 quid, it says there. It says about 120 quid, all right? So there we are. Highly recommended you get one there. Let's just scroll down a little bit there. Daniel wants to see what an 18-rated adult version of this show would be like. We don't do filth and smut on this programme, darling. Go and visit my friend Gary's British Talk Show. He's looking for moderators at the moment, apparently. Aren't you, Gary? He had a bit of a bad luck with his computer, unfortunately. Got a virus in it, but he's working on that at the moment. Right. Morning to Michael Pullman. Morning, Michael. Better late than never. It certainly is there. He's had a long drive back to the old coast in Queensland before that it closes tomorrow. How long did you have to drive? Morning to David Fry joining us there. How long did you have to drive for, Michael? Is that like, are we talking like 10-hour drive there? That's a long one, that is. Someone moaning in the Daily Mirror this morning again. You know, I mean... New witnesses who believe they spotted Dominic Cummings on a second coronavirus lockdown trip to the northeast have complained to the police. They look for errors all the time, don't they? People just want to find errors and faults. What is it with people? I don't get it. They're on this channel doing it as well. You know, instead of seeing the show as it is, your flamingo is leaning over a little bit too much. I mean, it's really sad. Or if I show something and, I don't know, I might be talking about moving a fence or something like that, and someone will come back and, have you checked with the council that it's okay to move the fence? So negative, people all the time, looking for faults. And here they are again, new witnesses have spotted Dominic Cummings on a second coronavirus lockdown trip to the northeast have complained to the police watchdog, claiming the officers did not properly investigate the case. So what? So what if he got in his car and went up north? We're not supposed to do it, I know. But so what? Who cares? How did that affect your life? Dave and Claire Edwards put in an official complaint to the Independent Office for Police Conduct on Wednesday about the Durham police inquiry into the allegations. Oh, for Christ's sake. A third witness, and there's 3 of them, a third witness also claims they saw Mr. Cummings in the local beauty spot that morning, adding, I'd recognise them again. And of course, we've got a picture of the old bag standing there who combined. Let's show him. She obviously wants some sort of... some sort of attention, doesn't she? So there she is. There's the old bag. Look at that. Right, busybody that looks, doesn't it, eh? Look at her. She's probably had her hair done. Put her best top on so that she can appear in a photograph in the Daily Mirror. You sad old bag. Sad old bag. Why don't you just sit there in your house and mind your own blooming business? Mr. Cummings has been described as false allegations that he made a second trip to the northeast after the Mirror and Guardian revealed his trip. Oh, well, they're the Guardian. Oh, it's a wonderful paper, that, isn't it? So negative about everything. Depression. And it goes on, anyway. There's a picture of her. That's what she wanted. She wanted to appear in the paper, so there we are. Christ. Wow. Dominic Cummings runs off to the countryside when he wouldn't. God sake, it hardly affects anyone's life, doesn't it? Eh? Dear me. What about this one? Again, the Daily Mirror. An Amazon delivery driver has been sacked. He called someone stupid. I'd be annoyed. An Amazon delivery driver has... Now, here's a reason to complain. Do you see what I mean? Here's a reason to complain about. It's like going back to the restaurant earlier on. You know, you like going to a restaurant, don't like something, tell them while you're there. Don't wait to get home and write a snotty little review. Tell them while you're there. Haven't got enough trips. Where's the rest of the chips? I'm sorry, there's no more chips. That's a portion. Okay, bye-bye. Out. Leave. Haven't got to pay for it. You haven't eaten it. Why should you pay for it? I want more chips, please. An Amazon delivery driver has been sacked after calling a mum stupid in a handwritten note that he left. This lady was furious when she discovered the message on Saturday. Now, this would annoy you. Would annoy me. The note said, behind black bin wheelie bin stupid. Now, I think behind wheel bin stupid, it says. I think he's foreign. I can't believe that someone would write that. I think he's foreign and he's written a word down wrong. That's what I reckon. Because a lot of them are foreign, aren't they? The Amazon delivery drivers. Or most of mine are, and they're very nice. There's a particular one. He always rings the bell when he stands back. One of the few that stands there and waits for you to answer the door. And I always open the door and say, "Hello, mate. How are you today?" Have a little bit of a chat with him. You know, he's a nice bloke. My guess is someone's foreign here and they've spelt a word wrong. But nevertheless, it would annoy me if I got something like that. It says, other images then show the packages strewn across the top of some bin bags behind a black bin. Well, he's trying to hide them, isn't he? Behind the wheelie bin, surely. It's the word stupid that gets me. You know, if you see a wheelie bin there, you're going to hide them behind there so no one else nicks them. The fact that there's bin bags there, just put them on top. I've no problem with that, really. This woman's furious. Kerry, 28. Oh, hang on a minute. That's that age, isn't it? Where they like to complain. Snowflakes. Snowflakes. She posted a photo saying, what a lovely note to come home to and see my parcels have been dumped. They weren't dumped, dear. Don't make it worse than it really is. They were put behind your wheelie bin so that no one else would see them and nick them. Are you that thick you don't know that? This is what I say about people wanting to make comments and not wanting an answer. Well, I'll give you an answer every time. Her post shocked other social media users. And you see, the reason I think he's written that word right, people can't look at stuff and work stuff out anymore, can they? They're that thick. And here we go. Now, you can't really see that, can you? I don't think you're going to be able to see that somehow. Just about. It says, behind wheel bin. W-I-L-L bin. Stupid. Now, I reckon that stupid is supposed to be another word. But he got it wrong. That's what I reckon here. I'm sure that's the case. She says, I'm not fully sure why this note was left like this. Anyway, the bloke's been sacked. It happened outside my house when the card had been posted. I wasn't in my property at the time of the beginning. These items were gifts from a group I'm on Facebook. What's that got to do with it? What's that got to do with anything? It's a group where I join to play games and get people items in their list. And then it goes on just to fill up the page, basically. Amazon confirmed they had sacked the delivery person involved. I'm sure that's a mistake and it's unfortunate that someone's lost their job on that one, I think. Really. We've got another couple of stories, gang. We're running a little bit late for the bingo, but it doesn't matter, does it? Parkness says you can't legislate for human stupidity. Oh, well, there's a lot of it around, isn't there? Let's be honest. Yeah, there you go. Look, Rachel can see it. Now, you see, Rachel, no disrespect, you're not a young kid. You can look at that and see, now there's something not right with that. I don't think he was calling her stupid at all. And Rachel's there saying maybe he was politely saying it was a stupid place to put it. Yes. I go along with that. I'd go along with that. Amazing. Daniel Woodhouse has got a photo of Boris on the Metropolitan line. Don't tell everyone about it. Who cares? No one cares. So these papers, they're so desperate to sell their bleeding stories. Oh, it's a 4-hour drive, was it, Michael? Oh, come on, that's not a long drive in Australia. What you chatting about, mate? I'll be doing a 3.5-hour drive tomorrow. Tomorrow, sort of early evening when I go back down south. Yeah. I'll wave as I go past all of you. Rachel, I'll give you a little wave as I go past the outlet place. Where is it? Spalding, is it? And the McDonald's there. Do you know what? I wish I hadn't said McDonald's. I fancy one of those vanilla shakes now for some reason. Mick's not worried about us going overtime. He's got nothing to do with you, my love. Hey? Instagram, Rachel, you'd be interested in this, my love. I pulled this story just for you, to be honest, and that's the truth. Rachel on here is queen of TikTok, boys and girls. I don't know if you do Instagram, Rachel, but in the Sun this morning, Instagram has launched its TikTok competing feature Reels. It's called Reels, REELS, in over 50 countries, including us, and where Michael Pullman is in Australia, and where LaBelle is in the US, where users of the photo sharing app can now use it to create short-form videos set to music. I would imagine, Rachel, you could record one video and put it on both platforms to get you a few more views. You know, it's all about getting your thing out there, isn't it? You know, your bit of talent out there. Reels is available on both Apple and Android. It lets you record short 15-second videos set to audio. They can then be shared on the platform with the idea that they may go viral. This is similar to TikTok, as it gives users easy ways to make creative videos. The plan is for Reels to be shared on Instagram stories as well as more permanently on feeds. Instagram's Explore page now has a section at the top just for Reels, which you can vertically scroll through like TikTok. So even more hours for you to waste, Rachel, flicking through and looking at those people with their various levels of talent. Eh? Those with private accounts will only have their Reel video posted to their feed and stories, not the Explore page. So there we go. That'll be interesting, isn't it? See how well they get on with that one. See if they become as popular indeed as TikTok is. And removal companies. Have you ever had one of those? Very expensive to have a removal country. Thousands, isn't it? A few £1,000s to move your stuff. I despair. Sometimes, you know, I've been thinking sometimes, should I move or should I not move? And again, I had this discussion yesterday with Dave, Kim's husband, who's my brother-in-law's sister. This discussion, yeah, and the problem is I feel attached to my house in Berkshire, in Bracknell. The one thing that would make me move would be noise. If my delightful neighbour next door to me, Dave, if he ever moved and a family moved in, and they might not necessarily be purposely noisy people, they might be children. Now, I have no problem with children, but I can't stand noise. It's my problem, yeah? It's not the children's fault that they make lots of noise. It's my problem. And if a family of children moved in next door and they're all shouting around and screaming, just like children do, perfectly natural, I would have to move. And that's the one thing I think there that would make me move. That, and if we lost a lot of sort of, if the areas of green, they started putting houses near me, you know, that would do me. And there are plenty of fields at the moment where they're building houses near me, Wokingham, Bracknell, all Binfield, all around there. Great fields are disappearing under new housing developments. You know, those identikit houses, Legoland houses. Every house looks the same. Absolutely ghastly. Ghastly. That would make me move if I ever got noise next to me or lost the bit of green that's sort of around me. Which is possible. They could put some houses there. They could put a couple of tower blocks there. There's space in that little green bit. But you'd have to get a removal company, wouldn't you? Make sure you pay. Story in the Metro this morning. A removal company in Wales has taken its matters into its own hands after a customer refused to pay for their work. Now, why do people do this? They get the work done. Oh, I'll pay you tomorrow. Dreadful. I'm not like that, I'm pleased to say. Someone does a job for me, they've got that money as soon as I ask for it. I make sure that I can pay them before they start the job. Two people who run Cardiff Waste, they're both late 20s, early 30s. They say they agreed to clear items from a lady's home for 120 quid, although their services usually cost 200 quid. A quid is a pound if you're abroad, okay? A quid is a pound. But despite being told she would return with the cash before they left, the customer failed to come back before allegedly blocking the brothers' phone numbers. Shocking. They said they gave her an ultimatum of paying within an hour or they would give her back her rubbish. You know where this is going, don't you? I love it. It's the only way to treat people. It's the only way to treat people who do bad things to you. She then allegedly dared them to do so, causing them to film themselves driving to a home and then dumping the contents of their pickup truck onto her doorstep. Good. Blooming good for you, boys. One of the men can be heard saying in the clip, "This is what happens to customers when you don't pay. They get a refund." That's brilliant. Sharing the footage on Facebook, the brothers wrote, "I can honestly say that since we started in business, we have nothing but good relations with our customer base. Unfortunately, today we came across our first real-life knocker. That's a person who intentionally withholds fair payment for the purpose of personal gain. After many hours of being lied to, bounced back and forth, different telephone numbers, we came to the conclusion that we had in fact been knocked. We spent 3 hours in the blistering heat tidying this person's home up for them, only to be ripped off for our money, and therefore we took the decision to give them their waste back. Wrong or right? No. Right. You weren't wrong. We weren't wrong. You weren't wrong." The video has been shared thousands of times with many people commenting with support for the brothers. Responding to messages they gave, they said the woman had been given hours to sort the situation out before they gave her the rubbish back. They say it was premeditated. They never did have any intentions of paying. They completely ruined our day and forced her to cancel other jobs too. Of course, if you've got a lorry full of rubbish, you can't do other jobs, can you? So they gave it back to her. Good on you. Good. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened, and I hope she was put in as much convenience as you could possibly put her in. I really hope that. It's disgusting how people treat people and other businesses, isn't it? If the video's been done. Parkness says there's videos on YouTube where the skip companies empty the skips where there are non-payers. Good. That's the only way to deal with them. Shocking. Shocking. Paul and Lou just sneaking in. A very good morning to Paul and Lou this morning. Just joining us. Rachel on the subject of the new houses. More and more houses being built in Holbeach, but town isn't getting bigger. Think they should think about the town, doctors, schools, entertainment. Yeah, before adding more households. Yeah, this is the thing, Rachel. The roads don't tend to get any bigger, do they? Only busier. Mad, really. Morning to Peter Balliwinder. Morning to you. He's doing early gardening today. Feeling very hot out there. Yeah, I should water the... I mean, it's a bit of a waste of time watering the plants, but I meant to do them last night, but I completely forgot to do them. Scrolling up there. Right, one more story, and then we'll do today's raffle tickets. Okay. Rice. Do you eat rice? I eat quite a bit of rice, I must admit. I usually have it with my campfire stew or something like that. I do eat rice. Eating too much of it could be very dangerous. And there's a reason. Scientists in the Daily Mail this morning, scientists have found that eating a lot of rice increases the risk of dying from heart disease due to the naturally occurring arsenic in rice. We're poisoning ourselves. Britons in the top 25% of rice consumption are at 6% increased risk of dying from cardiovascular disease than the bottom quarter, a study found. The chemical, the arsenic, gathers naturally in the crop and has repeatedly been linked to illnesses, dietary-related cancers and liver disease. In serious case, it can result in death. It's a staple of diets around the world and is relied upon by millions of people in developing countries to provide valuable calories and nutrients. Globally, it's been estimated that arsenic in rice is to blame for over 50,000 avoidable premature deaths in a year. Now, I wonder if it builds up, the rice. Does it build up over time, or is it like, does it stay in your body, arsenic, once you've had a bit? Or is it like the amount you eat in one go? I don't know. It says arsenic occurs naturally in the soil and is increased in locations that have used arsenic-based herbicides or water laced with the toxin for irrigation purposes. Rice is grown under flooded conditions, and this draws the arsenic out of the soil and into the water ahead of eventual absorption by the plants. It's particularly vulnerable, rice that is, because it mimics other chemicals the plant absorbs. Doesn't say how, if it increases over a period of time in you. It says people shouldn't avoid eating it altogether, as it does offer many other health benefits. Instead, people should consider opting for rice varieties which are low in arsenic levels, such as basmati, rather than whole grain. Oh, well, I didn't know this. But it doesn't actually say whether or not you would accumulate, that's the word, accumulate the rice over the years. Ticket time, boys and girls. Who wants a ticket time? Who wants a ticket? Who wants a raffle ticket? Let me know now. Doesn't say whether it accumulates over a period of time or whether it's all in one go, you see. That's the thing, isn't it? Good, there we are. Okie doke, gang. Who wants a raffle ticket? Let's go. And then we'll do today's birthdays. Maureen is on ticket number 357 this morning. 357 for you. Okay. Here we go. Michael Palman, 358. 358 for Mr. Michael Bowman. Andy, 359. Michael Lawrence, 360. Paul and Lou, 361. Our losers with us this morning. Paul and Lou. Jason Hughes, 362. There's Gavin, 363. Thank you, Gavin. Gavin, I forgot your surname then. Gavin Bass, that's it. Gavin Bass. Mark Bowles, 364. Better not put that kit in the washing machine, Mark. Don't put that kit in the washing machine. Have you seen how my eyes are sparkling with my new light? Do you like the eyes sparkling? Look at that. They're sparkling. Mark Bowles. What was that number? 364. Rachel, 365. Joe Woodrow, 366. Diane Jebb, 367. Gary, 2 tickets Ross, 368. Mick Davenport, 369. John Aiken, 370. Denise Andrews, 371. Peter Paliwoda, rice is dangerous when off like chicken. Yes, you're not supposed to reheat it either, are you, rice? That's right, you're not supposed to reheat rice apparently as well. I discovered that as well. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now or forever hold their tongue. And while you've got a minute or two, just check that you're on the correct time as me, gang. It's just coming up to 10:31 in the morning. Check your clock. It needs to be 10:31. The best clock to use really is the one at the bottom of your computer screen. One in the that's the correct time. Bottom right hand corner of your computer screen or on your iPhone. It needs to read 10:31 now. If it's reading much further back than that, or well, it wouldn't read forward, but if it's moving much further, you may not be up with everyone else on the video at the moment, okay, which can sometimes happen. Close your device down and restart it again, perhaps, to get back on the time zone, because those of you that are playing the bingo, that's important, all right? That's very important, because you might miss out on the claim, okay? You've only got a minute and a half, you know how it works. John Parrish is off to visit some waterfalls. Oh, how delightful. Where's that, John? Where's that? Have a nice time, John. David Fryer, ticket number 372. Fryer. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays, and then we'll do this morning's game of bingo. Happy birthday on this... what is it, Friday? Yeah, Friday. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 7th of August, 2022, Waynie Martin, who is a DJ and karaoke host. He fills in for me sometimes when I wasn't doing the Central Station, although that's not, of course, happening at the moment. I can't see that coming back before the end of the year, to be honest. But happy birthday, Waynie Martin. Theo Sapphire Leo. Today is 29 years old. Happy birthday, Theo. Lovely name. Andrew Wiley today is 31 years old. Stephen Robert McMillan, a young 53 today. Gary Brock. Good morning, Gary. Happy birthday to you. And finally, David Harris. David Harris. He worked with me at the Black Cap and the Champion. Wasn't it the Champion at the time? Was it called the Champion? Or it might have changed names by then. I can't remember. But they're our birthdays this morning. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And one more raffle ticket for Ross Herndine, just coming in at the end. So good morning to you, Ross. 373 for you, sir, for your raffle ticket, 373. John's going to High Force Waterfalls. That sounds lovely. Yeah, send us in a couple of pictures of that. Anyone else who wants to send anything in? Usually email address, gang, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk to send in your bits and pieces. All right? And finally, as always now, at the end of our little shows, it's time for a quick game of bingo. The winner will receive an extra raffle ticket, gang, in the chance to win our fridge magnet. I'm very pleased to report Mari's second fridge magnet arrived to her perfectly all right. Perhaps I should just wait until I come up here to send all the parcels and things off, because they seem to get lost coming from Berkshire. I think we've got someone dodgy working in the sorting office there, maybe. Okay, so you should have your bingo tickets with you, gang. Let's bring up the bingo board. Get rid of the email first. Bingo board coming up there. There we go. All right. As always, we only play for a full house. You need to mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket to win, and you win a raffle ticket for next Monday's show. Once you've completed all the numbers on your raffle ticket, shout bingo very quickly, as quick as you can, in the chat box, or you can text it as well. Very important, okay? If, for whatever reason, you don't claim in time and we've moved on to the next number, then I'm afraid you've missed it. There may be some sort of delay in the system, anything like that, okay? If for whatever reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, you're running behind, there's a technical fault, anything at all, if you miss that minute and a half and we've moved on to the next number, then I'm afraid you've missed it, and that's just how it is. We can't do it any other way. That's just how it is, all right? Because by the time we've then moved on to a number, and if someone's late calling, someone else may well have called, you see? And then that's just, then who do you give the prize to? See what I mean? It's the only way we can do it, all right? Okie doke. No four corners, Mark. No four corners. No four corners. Ready then? Eyes down. Here comes your first number. Remember, as soon as you marked off all the numbers, shout bingo in the chat box. Martin, by the way, I don't know if you're watching this morning, Martin, but I've upped the send rate again to 4,500 kps now. Amazing. Not a single drop frame. Here we go. Eyes down. First number. 3 and 4, 34. 1 and 9, 19. 8 and 1, 81. There come the planes. Oh, that's an old plane, that is. I wonder what that is. That's not one of the jets. Can you hear that? 8 and 1, 81. 3-0, blind 30. 3 and 8, 38. All the 5s, 55. 5 and 6, 56. All the 4s, 44. I'm feeling quite relaxed again now, actually. I want to go and water my plants after this. 3 and 7, 37. I feel really relaxed this morning. Do you? Are you feeling relaxed? 4 and 3, 43. 2 and 4, 24. 2 and 9, 29. Unlucky for some, 1 and 3, 13. 4 and 6, 46. 7-0, blind 70. If you're new to the show, you want to play this, then I'll tell you how to do it after we've played the game, all right? And you can join us next time. 5-0, blind 50. Mick's not feeling relaxed. Why is that, Mick? Is it that the game isn't moving quick enough for you today? Is that why you're not very relaxed? You're a little bit agitated, and perhaps that's why you have trouble with your heart. You know, you need to learn to relax a little bit. Perhaps Mandy Davenport could stand behind you and give you a nice little neck massage. Would you like that? Something like that? Some of my Thai friends, young boys, are very good at doing that sort of thing. You know, they do that on your neck and that business. Do it all. You haven't got to move abroad. Just go to London. You know, or someone about 25 doing all that to your neck. Be quite nice. 50 baht. I don't understand why you get so angry. You know. Let's pull another number, shall we? 2-0, blind 20. I don't want to go too fast for you, Mick. You know, at your age, we need to make sure. Six and 9, 69. All on its own, number 1. I feel we could just sit here and play this for the next hour, couldn't we? Just this one game, don't you think, Mick? Look at his little face going red. He's so angry. So angry. Good morning, James. Little James Humble's here. Morning, James. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack. 7 and 2, 72. Mick's gone very quiet, hasn't he? Perhaps it's taking him a little bit of a while to catch up with the numbers. Perhaps we should pause there for a moment or two, Mick, so that you can do that. Incidentally, is there some reason you stopped sending me in pictures of your baking? Have I offended you? Oh, wow. I'm so worried about that. 8 and 7, 87. Oh, Peter Paliwoda's got no numbers at all. Wow. Wacky ducky quacky relax ducky. 6 and 8, 68. I love you, you know that. I love you all. 9-0, blind 90. Top of the shop, blind 90. I'm so pleased with this software. 6 and 2, 62. 2 and 3, 23. Do you want me to do your garden, Mandy? I like doing a bit of. I like doing a bit of mowing. I like that. 8 and 4, 84. My mate's just bought a manual mower that you push along, not electric or petrol. You can't move the damn thing. It's so heavy. 1 and 4, 14. 2 fat Chris's, 88. Well, I hope you get better soon, Mick. We'll see some more pictures of cakes. Just don't eat the bloody things. 1 and 6, sweet 16. 2 and 8, 28. 4 and 9, 49. 4-0, blind 40. 8 and 5, 85. Isn't it funny how our perception of young goes up as we get older, if you see what I mean? So young to me is someone below the age of like 30. Do you know what I mean? Don't you think? Or maybe even 35. If you're so, oh, he's only 34. Oh, he's still young then. But at 34, you think you're really old, don't you? You know? I think Mick Davenport has think he's been really old for ages, haven't you? 7 and 8, 78. 1 Fat Chris, number 8. Did you have a push along mower? They're hard work. He said he couldn't even move the damn thing. Serves him right. 3 and 5, 35. I'll have to get that out and have a go of it for you and show you. 3 and 5, 35. All the 6s, clickety click. 66. 66. 3 and 1, 31. 8-0, blind 80. 6 and 4, 64. 6 and 3, 63. All on its own, number 5. 7 and 4, 74. All the ones, legs 11. 7 and 5, 75. Thanks very much, Gary Ross. Just sending in a super chat there. Thank you very much, Gary. We're actually not got a. Oh, hang on. Where's that thing gone now? Let's do that. There we are. There we are. Thank you, Gary. Gary Ross sending in a £2 super chat there. Thank you very much for that, Gary. We actually don't have a super chat prize this week. We're not doing a super chat prize this week simply because I haven't got any prizes up here with us. So we'll do that again starting next Thursday. But thank you for the tip anyway. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir. 7 and 5, 75. 3 and 2, 32. 2 and 6, 26. We'll be back tomorrow morning, of course, Gary, if you're around. 2 tickets, Gary. 2 and 6, 26. 8 and 3, 83. Boris's Den, number 10. 8 and 9, 89. Could this be the longest game ever? I think it might be. 7 and 9, 79. Shall we have a break here? I could do a couple of stories. No? 5 and 8, 58. Can you imagine if I did this on Sunday night? They'd go mad, wouldn't they? No sense of humour, some people. We are the ones with the senses of humour in the morning. Not those people that just turn up on a Sunday night. What a miserable bunch of gits they are. I might even just cancel Sunday night. We'll just have our little game every morning. What do you reckon, people? All on its own, number 6. 3 and 6, 36. They're there on a Sunday night, aren't they, in the chat box? Oh, we really love your show during the week. You're not even there during the week, you lying git. Trying to get numbers out of me. 4 and 1, 41. The Longest Day, great film. 4 and 5, 45. Gary likes the whip noise. All right, Gary. Okay, well, if you're sent into Super Chat, I'll let you have the whip noise. There you go. Can we do Super Chat for jingle? If you like a jingle played, name the jingle. It's £1 a time. No, £2 a time. £2 a time for a jingle. All right. 7 and 6, 76. Someone's getting close now. 5 and 4, 54. All on its own, number 9. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, 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 woo. 3 and 9, 39. 4 and 7, 47. 1 and 5, 15. All on its own, number 7. Yeah, leave that housework for a while, Rachel. 6 and 7, 67. 8 and 2, 82. 1 and 7, 17. 5 and 2, 52. We've got a winner on 52. If you're there, it's time for you to claim. All you've got to do is shout bingo in the chat box there, or text it. Number in the top left-hand side of the screen. I can't remember what the number is now, actually. I haven't really used that for so long now. Oh, 07551 259 675 is the text number. If you ever want to text, that's the number. Okay. That's the number 07551 259 675 is a text number. Or shout bingo very quickly in the chat box. Jason Hughes is a task. What are you doing? Multitasking. That is doing several things at the same time. Peter Wright apparently has been cleaning all week in preparation for the show, haven't you, my love? Everyone else like a jingle? £2. £2 for a jingle, mate. That's fair enough. Seems a very fair price to me. Just a reminder, gang, if no one claims, they do come off the list. All right? So if you find you suddenly stop getting bingo tickets, and they're two different things, okay? Two different, one for the weekday, one for the weekends. You might come off the weekday list, but you might still be on the Sunday one. Two different things altogether. Yeah, back tomorrow as always. The only morning we don't do a show is on Sunday. Okay, no show on Sunday mornings. You do come off the list, okay, if you don't claim. So let's see what happens. 22 seconds. I don't think this person's going to be in. Paul and Laura only need one number, do you? Oh, right, okay. Let's have a look. I don't know which one. Oh, there you are. What one? No, you don't. You need two numbers. You've crossed off something that hasn't been called yet, mate. You need two numbers, Paul and Lou. No wonder you keep losing. You're probably not doing it right. All right, no claim there, so we're carrying on, gang. We're carrying on. All right. Next number. 5 and 7 at 57. Ah, we got another winner. Have we got another winner? No, we haven't. We haven't got another winner. No, we haven't. Carrying on. All on its own. Little number 4. 4 and 8, 48. 2 and 7, 27. All on its own, number 3. 5 and 3, 53. Pay full attention, please. Paul and Lou, I mean, not paying full attention. And you're a moderator. You're in grave danger of losing that blue spanner. Oh, here we go, yeah. All on its own, number 2. One little duck, number 2. And we have another winner. Let's bring up the clock again. There we are. Bingo clock coming up. 1 minute and 30 seconds to claim your prize. Are they there? Are they there? Let's have a look. See if they're there. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Oh, dear. Yeah, when I close my eyes now, I've got this white ring of light around me because it's in front of me there. Did I show you my brand new light? It's lovely, it is. You can see it reflecting, can't you, on this? You see it reflecting. Can you see that reflecting? Yes, you can. Look. It's very big. Very big. Ba, ba, ba. Ducky, wacky, quacky, laid back, almost asleep, quacky. Are you asleep already? Oh dear. Is anyone going to claim these prizes today? I know it's only a raffle ticket. I hope that this will get better as time goes on, as people are removed from the list when they're not always here, because it's a complete pain, it really is. Michael Pullman only needs one number as well. Look at that. We might have a multiple win. You never know. Who never knows? Guys, look at the time. How's it 10 to 11? It's a long show today, isn't it? I remember the Smurfs, poor Peter. Da, 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 da. That one. The Smurfs. Are you Papa Smurf? That one. Yes, we love it. All right, still no claim. Let's move on. Next number. All the sevens, 77. Do we have another winner now? No, not yet. 8 and 6, 86. 7 and 1, 71. We have a winner on 71. Any more winners? Just one more winner on 71. Ah. Just a moment. No, they're not there. Okay? Like they've already told me they're not going to be there. Carrying on. 6 and 5, 65. 7 and 3, 73. Gosh. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 9 numbers not being called. That's all I've got left. Only 9 numbers left to call. Here we go. 4 and 2, 42. Here we go. Yep, that one will be here. All right, here comes the clock. You better claim, otherwise I'm going to kill you. There we are. Denise says, it's me, so laid back, I'm wide awake waiting for my numbers. We want Smurfs. We want Smurfs and Wombles. Smurfs and Wombles, please. Come on, let's see the claim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you know, it's only 8 numbers haven't been called now. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Changed my son to a Smurf for the night on his stag night. Did you? Terrible you are, dear. Come on, claim. If this person doesn't claim, I will tell you who they are at the end of the game. 30 seconds. Are we not going to get a claim? Wow. We might get through the whole numbers and no one wins. That happens on someone's show once. Whose was it now? Someone did bingo once. They got through the whole thing and no one claimed. The whole game. All the numbers were... How does that happen? It can't. No one's paying. It's been about half an hour, this game. I can't believe it. They're not going to claim. They're not going to claim, and they're here as well. What an idiot. Wow. Well, you're very lucky that you got in there, Jason Hughes. You left that like 2 seconds to go. You could have run out of time then. Never do that. You're not bothered about winning, are you, really? Peter Ballywoda says he needs all 8 numbers to win. That's all right. Stuff's off the list there, darling. Where are we now? There we are. Jason Hughes then. Here's his numbers. 8, 14, 19, 20, 28, 37, 41. Last number 42. 52, 63, 69, 72, 74, 82 and 86. Well done to Jason Hughes. Yeah, baby. Jason is in the house. Shania would have won already as well, but she told us right early on she wasn't going to be here, so we were able to carry on. You see what I mean? It's when people say they're going to be here and they're not here. That's what holds us up, and it's a bit annoying, really. And the only other way to do it would be to let me give you a raffle ticket, Jason. 374, okay? There you go, Jason. 374 there. All right, 374 right at the bottom there. Okay. The only other way to do it is play the game, and if someone doesn't win, doesn't matter. That's the end of the game. End of. You know, we're kind of thinking about doing that. Certainly on a Sunday. I was talking to my sister. She doesn't actually like the idea, but I think if it just carries on with making us wait like that all the time when people aren't there, we're going to have to do that. I don't see another way to do it, actually. All right. Good. Who didn't claim you called idiots? No, he did. That was Jason Hughes. because he's an idiot. Because he made us wait. He let the clock almost run out. Just to remember, Jason, just because you see 0 on the clock, it could have got to 0 earlier here. Right? That's the worry. That's why I say as soon as you've won the big, I think he took a chance, really. He knows how it works. He took a bit of a chance there, didn't you, old boy? Alrighty. Well, I need to go out and water my plants. I really fancy a bag of cheese and onion crisps. Sadly, where's that clock? Let's get rid of that clock there. There we go. Sadly, my my nephew's wife bought me a multi-bag of cheese and onion crisps, and I told him I didn't want them. You know. And Gary practically pushed it through the window of my car yesterday, unfortunately. But there we are. So I'm very tempted to have a little bag of cheese and onion crisps. I don't think I'm going to go for a long walk today because the sun is really going to be beating down later. Unless I go out quickly now, and we'll see how we go. But I don't like carrying around bottles of water because it's something else to carry in it. Although you are supposed to do that. But my bike ride, my sister will hopefully be picking us up. And I'll be doing the bike ride in the evening when the sun's gone down because you can't cycle in this heat. It's dangerous, quite frankly. Dangerous. Anyway, enjoy your message today. There you go. You said you get the message 25 seconds afterwards. Was that how long it took? 25 seconds. You see, but I don't dare go any longer than a minute and a half. Although that being said, if we was to change it so you only have like one chance to claim. If no one claims, we move on to the next game. We could then give it 2 minutes, couldn't we? So that would kind of work a bit, I think. But yes, so you must shout bingo as soon as you get in there. All right, my loves. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. It's been a pleasure sitting here chatting to you rubbish as usual. As I think Sean Pye wrote, enjoy your 2 hours of rubbish talking. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning, right about the same time, 8:45, Saturday morning. Have a lovely day. Cheerio now.